So we have quite a few things that people have talked about and that I've heard this week on the various trainings that we've had on our Tuesday night trainings and some on the Wednesday night that I want to go over today, just to go over some basics. And one of the things I heard was, how to get your links from the different offer programs. I did discover while I was working with a student this week that ClickBank does change its um, links. So if you go onto ClickBank and you get a link and then you forget what it was and you go back and get another link from that same or that same program, it will change. Used to, it didn't do that. It would always be the same link, but apparently now when you go into the same offer and you forgot what your link was or you can't find it and you click to get a new link, it does give you a brand new link. So your links will not be the same for the same company. So just remember, unless you have to get a new link because it's broken, please don't change those because it could be various different links for the same company. So that is on ClickBank. That's one of the things, like I said, we discovered. So what we're going to go over today is I'm going to show you how to copy and paste a page from one system to another, or even from your own system to create a new page. I've heard that this week. I've also heard how, like I said, how to find your links through your various companies. A lot of people is like, well, how do you find this link? How do I get this link? I've also heard how do you paste your link into a page. So we're going to go over that. I've also heard how do you create a new page? Where do you go to start a new page? So a lot of basics have been asked. I don't know how long these students have been in the program or been in the RRR 247. I don't know who their instructor is. Really, that's not something I really want to know. So what we're going to do is go over some basics. And that's going to be, I'm going to start from scratch on creating a page. And we're going to go from start to finish. Well, maybe not finish, but at least halfway through. And then the other thing is Response Magic. I know there's a lot of people that still does not have Response Magic on their website. They don't know how to use it, how to get it. That is one thing. You need to get your referral link from your instructor because it is a referral program. And we will show you how not only to create your customer magnet to go on your page, but I'm also going to show you how to create a newsletter or a newsletter email that you can send to those that are in your Response Magic email program. And that's just something that, it's fairly easy to do. And I might do that first because I think the creating the page and going over all this other stuff might be a little lengthy. So the first thing we're going to do today is show you how to create that Response Magic. So what you want to do is when you go to your Response Magic, let me just start from the beginning here. You're going to log into your Response Magic, and I have mine saved up under my marketing site. So if you don't have that, you want to get your link from your instructor. You want to sign up and register. And when you do, you're going to come to your Response Magic page. So here you're going to go and you're going to create. So the first thing we're going to do here is create an opt-in form. All right. So your opt-in form is your actual magnet you're going to be creating to go onto your customer your pages in your system. I have several, but this is one that I want to use specifically for, I'm going to create a blue scorpion magnet. And I can use this for advertising. You can use this for putting in individual pages. You can also put it in your widgets for you to use and everybody can see on your pages. So there's several different options and I'm going to cover quite a few of them today. So you're going to come here and you're going to go to your opt-in form. All right. And it's going to create this form. And as you can see, it's going to ask you one thing. Do you want to use an existing list? Which means where do you want to select this list from? I don't. I want to create a new list. Or where do you want this to go to? Well, I can leave it here. So I want this to go to, we're going to do V marketing prospects. Okay. All right, so I'm going to do that. If you didn't have a list that you wanted to put in there, you can actually come here and create a new list and call your list Blue Venom, Blue Scorpion Venom. And then that way, anybody that signs up, that's where it will be, your emails will go to this particular list. So it just depends on which one you want to send it to. So I'm going to go ahead and change this, and we're going to create this list here. And then your call to action. Your call to action is going to be your headline. So as you create this, you will see this over here change. So your call to action is going to be your attention getter. So right here, or your headline, is going to be all right. And then you can change that color. You can see right here your headline color defaults to red. So, but you can change it to whatever you want to just by using your color wheel. And I want to use a purple. And then you just put how deep of a purple you want it. And then hit choose. And that changes it. It's more of a blue, which is fine because we are doing blue scorpion. And if I want to do an iridescent blue, let's do an iridescent blue or along the line of the blue scorpion. There we go. And then do choose. There we go. And then your call to action right here is going to be like your introduction or your brief description. So my call to action is going to be and that's one of the ones you cannot change. Okay, now here you can actually put a YouTube video. And since I know we do have a YouTube video, I'm going to go to my page. Let's go to my visit site. Go to my blue scorpion. And I have, did I put it here? So let me go back. I actually have a video from Bryce Wild and my page. Okay. And I am going to come down here and I am going to copy this video URL because you have to have the URL, not the embed code. So I'm going to copy this video URL. I'm going to come back to my response magic and I'm going to put it here. Okay. So that video will show only on your advertising. Now it won't show on your response magic magnet that you put on your page, just for advertising. So then your questions. So this is where you're going to fill out your questions that you want your people to sign up for. You always want to make sure that you highlight the asterisk because you want their first name, you want their last name, definitely their email, and then you can choose questions. So you want to have a telephone field. Some people put it, some people don't. And then I always like to have a state field. That way I know what time zone they're in. And I make sure this is mandatory. I don't make the telephone number mandatory for the simple fact that some people don't want to give you their telephone number. But if it's there, most of the time people will fill it out. But the red ones, they cannot leave the magnet until they fill those out. So just make sure that you know that, that if you do fill out the phone, they can just click off and not fill it out. But some people do not want to give their phone number. So right here, instead of saying get instant access, you can say start your relief. Or And then again, you can change that. And I want to keep it consistent. Hopefully I can get the same color match. All right, somebody is not muted. I'm hearing a lot of movement, so if you could mute, that would be great.
Hey, Sheila, it's Linda Marie. I'm sorry I'm so late, but I'm here.
All right, thank you, dear.
You're welcome.
All right. So, so now your step 5 options is the ones that you are that's very important, because these are the ones that you want people to fill out. You do not want them to go to their Facebook landing page, because Facebook landing page only gives their name and email. You want them to fill out the information that you've constructed. So here you want to say no, you don't want them to use their Facebook landing page to fill out. All right, so we're going to click no to that.
Sheila, I have a question real quick.
Yes.
On when creating these forms, can you save them? Do you have several of them in there, and then you could just go in and click on which one you want to publish?
Yep, and I'll show you where that's at when we get finished, because a lot of people don't know where they are.
Okay, thank you.
So then you're gonna, click no. Now I have the SMS program. I pay for that. It's $9.95 a month. And then I always say yes, I want to enable SMS, and it tells them where it's going to go. It's going to go to my V-marketing prospects. That way I can include it there, and there's actually a message there that they can see. So, but if you don't have that, you won't see this information here. Like I said, this is a paid part of the Response Magic. So Response Magic is free for your first 100 fill-ins, and then they will ask you to pay for it. The way you can get around that is if you have people that have not responded to your email, move them to a spreadsheet and take them off of your Response Magic, just delete them out. And that way you can stay within that 100 people. And then that way you won't have to pay for it or upgrade to the program. I actually pay for this. It just makes it easier. Here's the other thing is your privacy statement. So you want to make sure that this is correct. I actually have my name in here. If you want to put your website address or your business name, you can do that. I just make it a little bit more personable, because when I send out emails, it has my name on it. So I want them to make sure that they can relate who they're getting the email from. It's totally up to you. You can either take your last name out, or, however you want to do it, it's up to you, but you need to make sure that this is how you want it to appear. The other thing is, do you want to receive email notifications when somebody fills it out? Yes, you do. They don't always send out email notifications, but you do want them to send it to you. And then here's the one thing. It says, once they fill it out, where do you want them to go? Never stay on the page, because all it does, it sends them to a thank you page for Response Magic. Says, thank you for filling out our program. You always want them to go to the page that you're advertising. So I want them to go to my Blue Scorpion page. So I am going to highlight this, if I can get it to highlight. And I'm going to copy this, and then I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to put my custom URL, so that whenever they finish filling this out, it's going to automatically send them to my Blue Scorpion page, and they can read about the information. And then you always just want to give credit to where credit is due. Let them know, send in this information powered by Response Magic. And, you can opt not to do it if you want to. I suggest you do. And then just click submit and get code. Now, here is your code that you're going to use to put into your website. And you have to copy the whole thing. Now, if you want to see what you would use for advertising, say you want to send this out to your friends on Facebook or on Instagram, then you would use these squeeze links, and you can tell one's vertical, one's horizontal. So I'm going to show you how those look. So you click on the vertical, and this is how it looks. It's going to show the video of Bryce Wild. He's actually talking about Blue Scorpion. And then you're going to go, and it has your catchphrase, then you have your information. Okay, and then if you want to see if it works after you fill it out, then it will send you straight to that information. So that's how that one looks. And then if we want to see, I don't know why, see the horizontal one, It has the video on this side, and then it has the form for you to fill out here. And see right here, this actually says, yes, please communicate with me by text. This gives me permission to text them with information. So that's one of the things. Somebody still is not muted. Please mute yourself. So you want to make sure that you have, you know, if you are in that program or you choose to purchase that program. So let's see.
So Sheila, on this form, are we communicating them with our Google number?
You can. Yeah. I use Google. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sheila, do you have to be in that program to click the yes, please communicate with me by text?
Yes, you have to pay for that program.
Okay, otherwise you can't use it.
Yep.
All right.
Otherwise, you can't use it. Now, if they decide to give you their phone number when you actually fill out the initial form and you include the phone number, then yes, you can still use your Google Voice and send text messages to them. But this one right here that I pay for, actually, they have to click that they give me permission to send text. So that way they can't come back and say, well, this person's spamming me or they're sending me stuff that I don't want, because they are giving me permission to send them information. Okay. So now we're going to put this in our website. And if for any reason you lose your magnet and you're like, well, I don't know where it went, come over here to where it says review, and you go to customer magnets. And that's where you're going to see all the magnets you've created. Okay, so you see all the ones I've done, and there's the one I just did with scorpion peptides, and you just click get code, and it pulls it back up just like it did from the beginning. Okay, so then I'm going to put my cursor at the beginning, and it's going to highlight it, and I'm just going to hit Control A, and that's going to highlight it. I'm going to hit Control C, and it's going to copy. And then I'm going to come to my website, and I'm going to come up here to my headline, and I'm going to come to where it says widgets. Okay, and it's going to pull up the widgets on my dashboard. And what I want to do is decide where I want it to go. So I want it to go to right side content bar, and you want to put it on each one, but I have different ones for the front, different ones for the home page. So then I want to make sure I remove the one that's there, because I don't want them competing with each other. This doesn't look like it has anything in it, so let's delete this. Oh, there it goes. All right, so this one has my cable, so let's get rid of that one. Okay, so that one's gone. And so to get another one, I'm going to come over here to where it says text, and I'm going to put it on the right content sidebar and hit add widget, and it's going to put it at the bottom. And then I'm going to go, as you can see, you don't need to put a title because you already have a title in your widget. You're going to come, you see it has two tabs, visual and text. You're going to click on the text side because you do have a HTML text code, and you're going to paste that code, and it's going to look just like this. And you're going to click on save, and then you're going to click on done. All right, so and then you're going to minimize the text tab. Now it's at the bottom, which means it's going to show at the bottom of your page. You don't want it to show at the bottom. You want it to be right below your search tab. So I'm just going to move this up. If it's going to move, come on and move. My computer's being very finicky today. All right, did I do done? All right. And then I'm going to move this tab.
Sheila, how do you move it?
Just drop and drag it.
Okay.
Yep, and then it's going to put it there, and it automatically saves. You don't have to save it once you move it. Then if you want to see how it looks, you're going to go and visit your site. Now this is the one I have. I left this one on my home page, but then if I want to go see what is on my other pages, I just click on any tab, and it's going to pull up my category.
So you You
And
could put a different one on each page.
no, you can put one on your home page and then one for your right side. So you have a left side and a right side.
Okay.
So the right side is for your consecutive pages. Your left side is for your home page. So you can have two different ones, but that's all. So it didn't move. So I'm going to go back in here and go back to my widgets and see if I can get it to move, because I need it to move. For some reason, my computer is very, very slow. And it's not working the way I want it to work, but it's okay. We'll figure it out. All right, so I'm going to drag it. See, it's not letting me drag. I need to drag it. So I got to figure out why this is not dragging. See, it looks like it's dragging, but it's not. It's still there.
So do you have information in all those other texts on your on that side over there? You have information in?
Yep. All of them are
Okay.
different. So some of them I have ads in. So I don't know why it's not moving. There it goes. Come on. Perfect. So now let's see if it moved. So then I'm going to, okay, yes, I saved. All right, then let's visit site and see if it's there now. Nope, still didn't move. So I have to play with that because it moved the wrong one. It moved this one, but it's still there. As you can see, it's still there. And I'll come back and move it later. And you see all this empty space is here. And there's a way you can do that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to come back to widgets. And I'm going to find my tab. Not that one. Oh, I'm in the wrong one. I need to go to the right side. I think it was this one. All right, now it don't want to show me the one I want. Is it still at the bottom? No, that's my Eric dress. Maybe it'll let me move it now. I think it was here. There it is. So you can see this empty space. Don't ever remove this empty space. I have a lot of people there come to text and they'll take out all the empty space. You don't ever want to take out the empty space. Even when you come here, don't take out the empty space because that is actual programming. So if you remove the spacing, it does not send it to your page you want it to go to. It doesn't send it to your default page. It will send it, it will just stay on the response magic. Thank you for filling out the form. So don't mess with this as far as getting rid of it. Now what you can do is you can add an image into this empty space. So I'm going to come here and I'm actually going to hit add image, add media. And it's going to pull me up to my media library and I can pull, you know, one of the images that I want. And I'm going to use one of my memes I created and insert it into the page. And I can actually link this if I want to, which I am. I'm going to have to clean up my computer today. It's the end of the month it's going to need because it's not letting me do much anything. So hit save. There we go. Okay. And let's see if it'll let me move it now. Okay. So now you can go back to your site. Okay, it didn't save. Let's make sure my picture's in there. It didn't save my picture. All right, so let's add the media again. And I'm actually going to link it. No, go ahead and put it here. Nothing's working today. Okay, now let's see if it's there. Yep, so now I got to move it. And so now I actually have an image there. I still got extra space, but now it doesn't look too bad. And so I'll come back after I clean my computer because it's really slow. And I can link this page and they can click on the image here and go to my Blue Scorpion page. So that's how you would do that. And then if you wanted to, and like I said, if you forget where it's at, just come up here to your number 3 where it says review. Go to your customer magnets. And then there's all the ones that you've created. Just why I said it's always important to make sure you remember what you named them. And then you can just click on get code. And it will be there as always. These do not change. And you can't change it once you have click submit. So if you go back through and look and you realize you spelled something wrong or it didn't come through the way you want it to do, you can't come back in and rechange it or edit it or modify it. You actually have to delete it and start over. So this is one of the things that you can do for that. Now the other things, I'm just going to log out and I'm going to log back in. Now the other thing is when you first log in, you have your 3 options up here. And then you also have where you can create a magnet straight from the 3 easy steps. Add it to your website where you can create that. And then you have create an automatic email campaign. This is where you go to create your newsletter. So I've created a couple of them already. And then I want to add another one. So I'm going to come here and add a text message. Is this the one I add? No. So let's close this. I don't want to do that one. Is it the HTML? Yeah. So you want to do an HTML. And the reason you want to do that is because you can add images to the HTML. You can add links in it. It's basically just like creating your own website or a page in your website. Now, there are some things that you can do to personalize it. So if you watch the video, it'll show you how to do that. So the one thing I want to do is make sure that I individualize it. So I'm going to put the 2 squiggly lines and put first name, okay? And then that way it individualizes it so that whenever they see the email, it doesn't have everybody's name on it. It has their name on it. And so then I'm going to come here and I'm just going to create. I always say thank you. All right, and then what I can do from here is I go to my advertising pages, and I actually go and pull my ad for my blue scorpion that I have out there. And I will put this in here. I don't know where that, okay, it didn't do. All right, so I'm gonna have to do some things here. So I'm gonna put 1. Pain relief. All right, and then we're gonna move that one. There we go. And then I'll say find out more here. And I will come back. And go back to my ad site and pull up this one. Okay. All right. And then what I can do is I can save this, because I'm gonna come back and say, hold on. All right, so I'm also going to say here, why is that not IAL? All right, and so I'm gonna save this because I haven't done my salmon page yet. And then I'll put my salmon page there, and then I'm going to just finish it up. Okay. And so that's a newsletter, short, sweet, to the point. And like I said, once I get that, now if I just wanted to go and give them this link for the salmon, I can do that since I haven't made the page. So I can just come here to market. I can go to my Sephora, just hit my login. And go to my campaigns, open my campaign, accept. And then here's my link. I'm just going to copy this link. And then go back to my response magic and put this link in here. All right. And there it is. And then I can preview it to make sure it looks the way I want it to look. And you see right there, it says John. So that's how I know I did the name title correctly. There's how it's going to appear. Okay. So I can close the window. I can also add an image. So if I want to come up here and insert an image, it's going to ask me where the source is. And I've already added images in here. You can actually upload an image if you don't have it. So I'm going to upload an image. And I'm going to go, here's my logos. I'm going to go to my blue scorpion and upload this image right here. And then insert. And you see it's really big. So I'm just going to grab this and make it smaller. There you go. And I don't know why it put it there, but we're going to leave it there. And I can actually, let's see if it'll let me center it. Here we go. So there's that. And if I wanted to, I could probably put it down here. I don't know if it'll let me change it now. I messed it up, but it'll be all right. I think it'll be okay. So let's see how it looks if I do preview. So it's got that first. So it's great. They'll see the image first. So I can close this. And if you want to, it's just like our page, you would put the cursor where you want the image to actually show, then insert the image. And then I can hit save as, which you always want to hit save as. What list do I want it to go to? I want it to go to my blue scorpion venom. And then I also want it to be in my saved emails and save. So there's all the emails that I have that I send out to people. And so that one's going to be there. So whenever I get ready to send it out, I will just grab that video or that information, and then I'll send it to all my students. Like I said, I still got some more things I want to do, and then I'll come back and send it to all of my information. And see, this one, it didn't have a title. It should have saved it. I have to go back and find out why it didn't save it. But it's going to be there, and then I can just go and hit send, and it'll send it to all the people I want it to send to. So that's basically how you would go back and send that information out. So more than likely, since I didn't save the title or didn't give it a title, it's going to be here. And then I can just click all my list of people that I have that has come to my site. And then I can set the date. When do I want to send it? Okay, so they don't send emails out on Sunday, and they don't send emails out after 9 p.m. So I want it to go out on the 30th because today's Saturday. Let's do the 30th. And I want it to go out, and you want to do it mornings because most people check their emails first thing in the morning or late in the evening. Since they don't send anything out after 9 o'clock, you don't want to do that. So I always try to send it out early in the morning, about 8 o'clock a.m. And I want to select all contacts and then hit proceed. All right, so this one's for the cable, so that's fine. I can go ahead and send that message. All right, and then I can go back and do it again and go to my emails, saved emails, and let's see which one this one is. Do the same thing. I got to go in and update my emails because there's a lot of people that are still not showing up. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing. We're going to save this one, send this one out on the 29th, which is Monday, and I want to do it at 7 a.m. and hit proceed. Oh, it's the same one. Nope, don't want to do that. So we're going to cancel that. So I'm going to have to find that email I just saved, where I put it. This one's it. That's not it. So I got to find out where I saved it, what I saved it under. So I forgot to title it. So that's my fault. And once I find it, I'll put it in there. But that's how you would do your emails, and they're all here for you to see. And there's a few I got to go in and change because it actually has some direct seller stuff in there. So I'll go in here and look at each one of them and see what they look like. So that's how you would go about, creating your newsletter to send out and actually be able to, stay updated. I try to send them out about once a month, or sometimes I might send it out once a week if we have some new stuff, or actually if I have time. So it just depends on, how often you want to send one out. You don't want to do it every day. And you can also do this with like recipes. You can do it with, any updates. You can do it just for, hey, I got some great news that's going on, stay updated. Now I'll let you know, different things, but you don't always want to be trying to sell them stuff. You just want it to be more for information. So, all right, so let's check out the chat because it's blowing up, and then we'll go to our next thing. Yeah, I haven't done my salmon page yet. That's what we're going to do today. Yep, I'll put out the YouTube address. Okay, Sheila, the thing with this, the response magic is free, except for the SMS. That's the paid program. And you can put anything in here that you want as long as you have a page available for your website. So that's the one thing. As long as you have a page available when you set up your Response Magic, it asks you where do you want it to go, and you always want to do a custom URL, and that custom URL will always be for the page you want it to go to in your website. So if you're advertising for wine, or you want to create an HTML or magnet for wine, then you want to make sure that once they register and click to get started, that click's going to send them straight to your wine page to read. If you want it to go to your coffee page, same thing. You know, whatever your call to action is, you want it to go to that page that you're advertising. Like the one I have, it has for the blue scorpion. So whenever I click on the blue scorpion, it's going to send them to the blue scorpion. Yeah, so whenever you go from the beginning, when you click that, when you first create it, and I didn't do it, so when you click the add the HTML message or do the text, it will ask you how often do you want to send it. So when I hit send, it will tell me, you know, how often do I want to send it from my last message, or whenever you create a campaign. If you don't want it to, you can just send it a one time, because you're not going to repeat the same message over and over. So that's why I don't create a time. But when I'm creating a campaign, I already have all the messages ready, and then they just compound one on top of the other. So we'll go over that in a different training, because that's a little bit more advanced for what we're going to be talking about today. All right, so I'm going to stop this recording on that. And if anybody has any questions about Response Magic, you can unmute yourself and ask it before I stop the recording on this session.
Hi, Sheila. Oh, did
Hi.
you stop recording? No.
No, not yet. Go ahead.
Oh, hi, it's Constance.
Hey, dear.
Hey, okay. Stuttering here. Okay. When you said the video in advertising only, I think I kind of lost you there on, you know, going into the Response Magic or only for advertising. I didn't get that.
Okay, so I added a video when I created my Response Magic magnet.
Right.
So what happens is, you see right here, that video does not show up on a magnet. Okay,
Oh,
so
the
when you put it,
video does.
yep, the
Okay.
video. So when you put the video in your magnet, it will only be visible for advertising, which is that squeeze link. So let me go back to that. So if I come here to my customer magnets, and I go to the one that I created and get the code, you have these two squeeze links. This is what you use for advertising. So if you were doing an ad and you want people to see, you know, just that and register, you can put an ad out there and say, hey, get registered today for updates on our scorpion venom, you know, and then put that link where they can fill out your actual magnet. And what they do is when they click on that link, this is what it shows. It shows the video. It tells who it is, and then at the bottom of it, depending on which one you use, here's your form that they fill out. And then as soon as they click here where it says get relief today, and it won't let me click it because I have to fill out this information first. But as soon as I click this, it's going to take them to my blue scorpion page where they can read about the scorpion venom and all their products. And then if they want to buy it, they can. If they, you know, but at least they've registered, and I'll get an email. You have the two different ones. That's the horizontal, the vertical. And then you have the horizontal, which looks like this. Here's your video, and then here's your form. So you have two different options. So if I wanted to go in and say, I'm going to classifieds. So let's go to classifieds. Go to my ad sites and say, I want to post this ad. So I can come in here. I'm going to log in. And I'm actually going to post a free ad. And I'm going to choose a category. And this is going to be items for sale. Subcategory, I'm going to put it in health and beauty. And city, I'm just going to choose California, just a state. So I'm going to do state of, so to go through the whole state. And I'm just going to pull one of my ads out, which is going to be my blue scorpion. And I'm going to do, let's pull this one. And I'm going to put here an asking price I think it's 129.95. And then I'm going to copy my ad. Everything here. And here is where I can say, and since I want to say not find out more here, I'm actually going to say register today. And I'm going to get my squeeze link. I'm going to get this one right here. I'm going to copy this link, come back here and post it in. I don't know why it missed that, but it'll be all right. Let's hope it works. And then, as always, you have to fill out your information. I always put my, and do not do auto correct here or autofill, because it will take out your place and put your address that you've put here. So you don't want to do that. Same thing with zip code. Just leave it there. Expiration is 6 months. That's when you have your free ad. Put in this code that lets them know that you're not a robot. Choose file. Again, I'm going to put my scorpion. You can put up to 5 images here. And I'm going to use all 5. And it doesn't always have to be the same. So you can come back and go to logos, and maybe you want to do something about food, because it is, you know, whatever you want to do. You can do one for your wine. You can do, and then one more. You can do your coffee. You can do your tipping circle. I think I might do tipping circle. That's what I want to do. Let's just do a website. Do one from our website. Maybe put my business card out there. Okay. And then I'm going to post this ad. And then that's how it's going to look. All right, so let's see if this link works. If I click on this link, there it is. So then they can come here, and as soon as they fill out this information, they click here, and it's going to take them straight to my Blue Scorpion page. So that's how you can advertise that and set up that ad right there. It's got everything there that they need. It actually explains about the program, tells what the Blue Scorpion does. And then if they click this registration form, after they fill out the form, it actually will send them to my page that I want them to go to. And they will be able to see all the information that's available to them for Blue
Thank you.
Scorpion.
I forgot that's what you, and then just one quick one about the, if you belong to the program. So if we don't belong to, let's say, Blue Scorpion or wine, or we can't put, remember what you had put in the,
Yeah, you can still, you still should have wine pages on your site, whether you're in
right,
wine or not. If
right.
you're not in the wine or any or the coffee, which is the paid program, use your instructor's link until you're able to get in there.
Okay.
But the Blue Scorpion is free, even the campaigns, so you don't have to buy the product to market it.
Okay, so it's only the wines that is.
Yeah, the wine and the coffee, and you can still make those magnets. The only thing that I would suggest is if you are trying to get Google AdSense, do not have wine on your home page. So if you have a magnet that has wine on it, make sure it's not on your home page.
Okay, and just once again, I know in post you can only do one response magic, but on the rest you said you can only have one. So that means you can like keep changing. Even, okay, you're writing on Blue Scorpion, but oh, guess what? You're going to put a coffee that comes up there. So you don't necessarily have to have it for the blue scorpion, but that coffee magic response, it's going to be showing in all your categories.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, so you can
So what?
only, that's why you can change them. That's why you have so many.
Yep, you can change them out, because what happens is you can only have 2. And the way our system is set up is the home page is an independent page all by itself. So you can basically customize that. So you can have your own magnet here just for your home page, which is I do. I have my free streaming TV here.
Right.
And then for your consecutive pages, which is the right content sidebar, that's where you would put another magnet if you wanted to have 2 different ones. And then whatever magnet you have on the right side will show up in every other page on your system. So
Okay.
if you wanted them to be aware of your coffees, no matter what page they went to, they would see this. If you just wanted to have them register for your website to stay for updates, you can create a generic one that just says, thank you for visiting, register for more updates. And you can put that on there. If you have one for holidays, you can put that on there. So that's the good thing about creating these magnets, is that you can interchange them. Not only does that help with your site, but it makes your site look fresh and new. So that's why I have so many. I'll come in and interchange them out. I'll make ones for new programs that we have, and put them out there. And then every once in a while, like the summertime right now, even though we have COVID, people still starting to go out and stuff like that. So I might come back out and put one for vacations on there that will go to Sephora page for my vacations, that I already have out there. So that's one of the things you want to be able to do, is customize your website, and your response magic magnets can do that for you.
Thank you, dear. I just kind of forgot about that they do show up and on every single category in pages.
Yep.
And but that's why you have so many, because you change them out. Gotcha.
Yep. How do you add a search image on page magnets? Yes, I've already shown you how to do that. It's the same thing. When you do your magnet, there's actually a add image icon. So you just want to make sure your cursor's where where you want the image to appear, and then just click your image and it'll go straight just like it does in your pages, and you just add it in there. So, and yes, the blue scorpion is working. I actually twisted my knee last weekend, and it was inflamed, swollen up about 3 times the size it needed to be. I couldn't walk on it. And I have been taking that blue scorpion, and I've been able to walk a whole lot better. My swelling's gone down. You can't even tell that it was injured. I do have a few little twings in there if I move it wrong, but for the most part, the pain's gone. My joints used to, when I'd wake up, my hands would be so swollen and they would ache. The beginnings of arthritis. I don't have that anymore. Same thing with my shoulder. Just from sleeping, because I sleep on this, once I lay down, I don't move, and I sleep on my side, on my right hand side. So I wake up every morning with my shoulder hurting, because I just too much pressure on it from all this big body laying on it. So but I don't have that anymore. I don't have any of the aches. And I'm actually, along with the cough, not the coffee, but I take the high burn 8 every night. I'm actually losing more weight than I did before. I'm eating better. My appetite's returned to normal. I'm not saying that I'm binge eating. It's not that. It's just like when I get hungry, I eat. And it's a healthy eat. It lets me know, hey, I need to eat. And once I get full, or the craving's gone away, it's gone. It's not one of these things where it's like you're starving and you're eating all day. It's just lets your body know, hey, it's time to eat, without those big hunger pains. So yeah, it's a great product. I know it's a little pricey, but trust me, it's worth it. Because if I had to go and pay for anti-inflammatories from the doctor, I guarantee you it would have cost more than $129.
But are you talking about the scorpion stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Sheila.
Hey,
Yeah,
dear.
I took my second dose last night because I just got it the other day and decided to try it. And it was my second dose. I took it last night. And I mean, I haven't done anything different. I don't know if it's that stuff or just something else, but I've just been so dizzy today. A couple times I've almost fallen, but it just
Yeah,
dizzy.
I hadn't had that.
I was
So
wondering if anybody else ever felt like that. I'm gonna put it in the chat, see if anybody else.
anybody else? Yeah.